Hi, I'm Nicola Wordie and we're here on our farm in Aberdeenshire, North East Scotland. It is roughly 1,400 acres with 240 suckler cows split calving spring and autumn and are running around 1,000 sheep. We also have a small amount of barley that we grow about 100 acres for malting barley. I also have a social media account for our farm. It is at livestock_farm_her, where I share the daily goings on in this farm, the good and the bad. I feel it's really important to show what is going on a working farm. I will be the third generation on this farm. My grandfather bought it back in the 1950s. My main role is the sheep. I have a lot of say with the sheep now just because I've got the dogs, but I do still help out with calving and any cattle work, feeding, etc. in the winter. Before we had our Pari Racewell, we had nothing, basically, manpower. So since getting it, I can now work with the sheep myself with the dogs. Before that, we just had a manual weigh crate, which would take all day to do a small batch of lambs. But now I can do several jobs at once with the Pari and get it done in half the time. We looked at the Pari Racewell and we went down that route because not only was it to save physically for myself and my body for the future going forward, but also to save on the amount of people that we would need to do jobs and the time it took to do the jobs. I can do the jobs in so much quicker now, so much less time and so much less stressful for both me and the animals. Giles came out first with a demonstration machine and we set it up and ran through the sheep, and the sheep, they took onto it straight away. So we ended up purchasing the Pari Racewell HD4 with the Macron scales and the dosing gun. Since having the Pari, it has made my life so much easier. Doing any job with the sheep has been so much easier, just so much less stressful, so much less physical work for me. The sheep flow through it so much better. I mean, I've not looked back since purchasing it. It's worth every penny. It saves so much time. Main uses for it so far have been weighing lambs, weighing the lambs, their first weights, and tracking how they go, how they weigh, their daily live weight gains, picking up on any issues sooner. Dosing them, it's so much quicker, it's so much handier. Sorting any feet issues, getting an updated record of tags every time they run through it. It's just brilliant. It's so handy to have all those different things happening at once and not have to run them through several times. Using the Pari for crutching, it's so simple. The ewes or lambs, whatever, come into it, and having that tilt system on the Racewell is so handy. Tilt it over, you can get so much better access, easy access, tilt them back and away they go, and it's done in a matter of seconds. The gun is so quick at picking up. Once the Racewell has weighed the animal, and then it changes the amount on the gun straight away, and then you dose them. I like how when you are away to dose the animal, it doesn't shoot the medicine out at a huge pressure. It's just a nice speed, and the animal just allows the animal to swallow it better. Since using the dosing gun, we've reduced the amount of medicine that we have used, therefore saving us money, and also because it's calibrated with their weight, it is making it so much more accurate for the animal, making sure that they get the right dose per weight. Being able to record every animal that comes through and every weight every time they're through. So for example, our lambs, when they go off to the abattoir, we get their cold weights back, and I can look back and see what their live weights were here before they left the farm, so I can compare and see how well they have killed out. Before, we could never do that. We could never trace what their weights were before. So from a management point of view, we are getting our lambs much more on target at the abattoirs because they're hitting the grades and the weights that they need to. The support has been amazing. If I've ever had an issue, Eric is always there. Phone him, message him anytime, and he always replies and he always tries his best. Or if there's an issue, he has to come up on site to see it, he comes up as soon as he can. So no, I can't fault them at all. I think this machine would suit pretty much anyone if you've got a decent number of sheep, obviously, because it is a fair price, but for me, I can't look back at it. It was worth every penny. Just the time it saved, the stress it saved, and this is only the first year. I've got my whole lifetime ahead of me. If you're in two minds about it, definitely, because it's the way it's going. All this data, it's got so much data to record, to use, and personally I think that's the way it's going. We need all this information, and if you can do 6 jobs at once in half the time, it's a no-brainer really.